Would you promise if it just fell out of the sky, would you shoot it a lot?
Yeah.
Would you try to shoot something with it?
Oh my God.
There you go, kiddo.
Whoa.
Well, is that pastel?
Yeah.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure those are the colors you just described.
Oh my God. Thank you.
Look at the other side.
Welcome to the Shoot to Hunt podcast. I'm Ryan Avery. I'm here with Jake Mushaney, as always, the two hosts, I should say. We're here with Will Alt from the Other Side Ventures and two of his friends, Brandon and Clara. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
This is the first time I think I've had two other veterans on the show. Which
Yeah, at the same time.
we totally outnumber you, dude.
Yeah, exactly. You are outnumbered.
I didn't do my
now.
service. I know.
You're over
I
there
know.
in California.
If I had it to
surfing.
do over again, of course I would have done it. But there's a lot of things that you may have redone as a kid that you did not. I still consider 18 like a kid, right? But there's always things that you may have wanted to redo in your younger days. And that will be one thing I would definitely change.
I still can't grow a beard like you, though. So.
All natural.
That's got some Viking magic in it.
Yeah.
Absolutely it does.
Yeah.
All right, so you have the Other Side Ventures. Can you kind of go into the thought process that went into making the Other Side Ventures? That's open to a lot of possibilities. Can you kind of tell us what it's about?
It is, yeah. And really it was through my own struggles that I came up with it. And I found myself at the worst times in the lowest point, bottom of the bottom in my life. And you feel like you have a lot of people in your life and a lot of people that support you until you're at your worst. And then, somehow you just seem to be on your own and struggling alone. And luckily I was able to get through it, get to the other side of it, and had the support of my family and my kids really are what got me through that. I've got a 4 and a 6-year-old, and coming out of that, I just felt like I was on an island. Like the support wasn't there. The support that was there, they didn't understand. It's so hard to connect with people as a veteran and the different feelings that you have. And so many veterans feel that way when they come back from overseas. They're not alone, but they're alone, and so the Other Side Ventures was really just for just giving back a little bit. I have been right where a lot of these people are, whether it's emotionally, financially. I've been at the bottom of the barrel, and it's not a fun place to be by any means. And coming out the other side, I was so blessed with great people around me and amazing teams for my companies and things like that have allowed me to dedicate time for this. And it's really about just getting people back out in the outdoors and getting them comfortable again and showing that there is still good in the world. There is still something out there that is positive, and for Brandon and Clara, it was really just about getting them out there, and Brandon's, raised his daughter, and such an amazing young woman, and just getting them out and allowing them to do something that was different. It was special. It's something that he's wanted to do for years, and to be a part of that is really, it helps me. It helps me heal, able to connect with Brandon and Clara and really just get people through the other side of their tough times, and whether it's PTSD, whether it's business failures, whatever it is, it's just getting through the struggles and having somebody to just be there and support you and root you on and help you out a little bit, And I know, having children myself, kids really take the blunt of a lot of the stuff that veterans have to go through when they come back home from overseas. And I think that's kind of a lost thing in this society. And that's a big part of the Other Side Ventures now, is really focusing on, not just veterans, but veterans and other survivors' children, and, bringing them back through to some positivity and connecting with their parents and with their families, and just doing some good, leaving all the stress, leaving all the BS behind, and having some fun. And there's no judgment, there's no anything. You're just building relationships and and having a good time. So yeah, that's basically it.
Well, you talked about the good you did. Brandon, can you kind of go through a little bit of your history background of how you don't have to get in the military service as far as you want to go, but how you got hooked up with Will?
Actually, Will, I got a service dog through an organization in Phillipsburg, Montana, Brock Shepherds for Veterans. And Pam Brock is the owner and operator. And I guess Will grew up with her son in that close-knit neighborhood. And she asked me one day, she called me and said, would you be willing to go on a hunt? And I said, of course.
What kind of question is that?
I guess.
Hey, I guess.
Yeah.
So then you had one to hunt. Can you tell us a little bit about what happened on the hunt?
Oh, yeah. Just an amazing trip Will took us on. Went to go down to
Hermosillo. Yeah.
Mexico. Beautiful city. Really easy. Went to an amazing property, had a great hunt. The first day all of us went out, was able to get my deer on the first day there with everybody. So
I'm taking it mule deer.
Mule deer, yeah.
Yes, because they also have coos down there, I think, and then they have some kind of other whitetail down there. Have you hunted mule deer before?
I've never hunted a mule deer. In fact, that's my second time hunting ever.
Oh, you're kidding me.
No.
I think that's the best part about giving
awesome.
back to hunting is what me and Jake and you have experienced our whole lives.
Right.
And people, I can't explain it to them. And I think being a veteran, seeing what, the other side, what you see on the other side and what you come back and the hunting is one of the greatest releases of stress that I've ever seen. And I've seen it in other veterans' eyes. I've just seen it in people, even first responders, can have PSD problems. And I've seen it with first responders. But so you've been hunting 2 animals in your life?
2 animals in my
What was
whole
the first one?
The first one was a whitetail in Texas. And got to get a whitetail and then got a couple of hogs at the same time.
So you've more than 2. More than 2 animals.
Yeah. I missed.
We don't have to talk about that.
Did you kill a hog? Did you kill a hog?
I killed a hog, yeah.
They don't count because they don't have souls.
No.
So you are good.
And it's not a game animal, so we're
No,
good. Yeah.
that is vermin.
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
That was about 20 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a while.
That's a widespread there, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Can you bring that up, Luke, on the screen so we can see his buck?
So going in then, since it had been so long since you had hunted, what was kind of your preparation, getting into that, getting set up with gear and whatnot to get headed down to Mexico? I mean, did you do research or?
I did research on the mule deer and then the terrain that we'd be in.
Okay.
What type of weather we'd be dealing with, the humidity, if any would rain, sun, whatever we're going to be hunting in.
What rifle did you have with you?
I had
7 MMO8.
7 MMO8. I forget.
Is this you with the big old beard?
Yeah, that's what I was
Where
wondering.
did the
he
beard?
cut it off. I
Man,
know it.
hey,
Yeah.
there's
That was a man beard.
grave before shave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, 2 weeks ago that came
Man,
up. So.
what was the? I know how long it takes to do that. So what drove you to cut the beard off?
Just change.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could do it. That'd be tough.
I look
boy.
younger.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes, you do. There was quite a bit of gray in there.
Oh, there's quite a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
You look
all-
mean, dude. That looks not.
That's a biker beard.
That's a killer right there.
Yeah. Some beards are all scraggly, and they grow like 6 hairs. That's a man beard.
No, it
Yeah,
reminded me
yeah.
of Jake's. Just
Yeah.
Yeah.
nice and combed through.
Nice
and, yeah.
flowing.
He got here today, and I'm like, there's something so different about you. I can't put my finger on
Wow.
it. Oh, yeah. You shaved your beard off.
When I've been sleeping lately, it's kind of getting stuck like down in the blankets and stuff. And I'm
man.
kind of getting to that point where you got to either commit,
time to
keep
shave.
going,
Yeah.
or cut it back a bit.
Absolutely.
What is that hat you have on there, Clara?
It's Tanoa Outfitters, the people that took us hunting.
Okay. Nice.
What was your thought process on that, Clara? Have you been hunting before?
No.
That was your first trip and first actual animal that got shot in front of you.
You
What
got some good gear on there. You got Sika on.
Yes.
You were ready.
Yeah.
Dad hook it up.
Will did.
Will hooked it up. Nice.
Thank you, Will.
Nice.
So are you going to hunt, Clara? Are you into it now? Is it something you're going to do?
Yeah, it's something I'll try. I'm more of a shooter though. I like to go shooting. I like to shoot my AR-15, and I would love to try hunting.
Okay.
That'd be awesome.
The first one is definitely, it's emotional.
Oh, emotional.
There's a lot of processing going on there, and in the heat of the moment, you think you'd be able to do it? You think you'd be able to pull the trigger?
Oh yeah.
No problem.
Oh, she's
Nice.
tough. She's tougher than she looks.
Nice.
You've taken hunter safety and everything?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
Oh, there's no time like the present, huh?
Yeah.
Do you have a big rifle you can take hunting?
Just my AR-15.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay.
Interesting.
You
She
know,
would need a rifle eventually.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
would need a rifle.
She would.
Yeah. You can start, you can put in for tags already, I know a couple guys that know a little bit about what tags to put in for, and you got a lot of opportunity in New Mexico, which is very close to, you guys are in Kalispell now. That's right. I was thinking of San Antonio.
Yeah. No.
Well, being a Montana resident is fantastic.
Yeah.
We're probably going to draw the combo license for elk and deer. That's the one that takes the preference points, but putting in for bonus point, you could have actually. I learned this recently. I wish I would have known when my kids were young that you can actually put in for points in Montana the minute that you're born. That's right?
Yep.
Yeah. So you could have, in your situation, you could have already had 11 points for elk or deer. If you start off early. So for those of you that don't know, if you got young kids and you plan on hunting in Montana, start working on points already. But preference points, well, it must be a lot different for a resident.
It is. Yeah. And it's, for me, I'm just lucky because I have the native. So I can go, they increase the price a lot, but I can go get an over-the-counter combination tag, which is nice.
You're always guaranteed a tag,
guaranteed.
correct?
Yeah.
So Idaho has the lifetime. I've been telling, I don't want to put this out on the air too big, but lifetime license in Idaho.
Yeah.
And I want to move to Montana or Wyoming so I can, you basically double tap 2 states.
Exactly. It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
No.
I need to get that lifetime for Mason.
Yes,
Yeah.
you do.
Yeah.
For sure.
So Clara, if you haven't been hunting, but would you rather hunt, you live in the state of Montana now, would you rather hunt elk or deer or bears?
I've been wanting to shoot a wolf.
Oh,
Going
nice.
straight for the hard stuff.
She's going straight to
Did you
the
see him? Did you see him against the wall there?
Yeah.
That's a legit wolf. That's a Sandpoint wolf.
Nice.
Yeah, Sandpoint's about an hour north of here. It was trapped up there.
When I first saw it, I thought it was alive.
Yeah. It's actually Nick at Wildlife Creations. He's got
Nick
a
and
guy
Andrew.
there, that does
Yep.
these soft mounts there. So if you have a wolf out there and it's been skinned correctly, Wildlife Creations here in Hayden, Idaho, does these mean soft mounts, and they look so realistic. We got a couple of them here in the shop.
Amazing. They actually, so Andrew came from Montana too, and I've known Nick for years, and he's mounted 100 animals for me, since my first animal, and he brought Andrew over, and he is just a stud with that soft mount stuff.
Oh yeah.
Well, you guys know you got him.
Yeah, Andrew's from Libby, right?
Yeah, I
that's where
believe
he's
so.
from.
Yeah.
Nick is one of the best, not just the best people, just the best person that I've ever met.
He is genuinely the nicest human I know. And it's, I'm not, I like teasing and poking.
Yeah.
And he's just,
Me too.
He is the most genuinely nice human I think I've ever met.
To be
He's
a
great guy.
taxidermist, you had to put up with so much bullshit.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Without a doubt.
ridiculous.
He had to call me the other day. So this bear that's in this picture here, we did our due diligence. We skinned it out right, cooled it down, wrapped it up, and we took it over to him. And he had to call me and tell me that afternoon or the next day that the hair had slipped on the hide.
gosh.
He said it was really strange because there was no smell. Usually if it didn't cool down right, you'd get the smell to go with it. But basically what that means is the hair started pulling out of the hide itself, so they couldn't do anything with it. So that was unfortunate, but yeah.
We had one of those too, actually, last week. He had.
Luke's putting up the
Nice.
pictures here of the wolf. So that's what you want to shoot, Clara.
Yeah.
You need one of those?
You definitely got to be with somebody that knows what they're doing to track a wolf to get that
yeah,
opportunity.
they are rough.
I was going to say, I've never even gotten a wolf.
Yeah.
You're going straight to
Yeah,
the top.
They are. I've shot one. It was luck.
Yeah.
Who's those guys, Ryan, that are up in Sandpoint that kind of have a class?
Stuck in the rut.
Yeah, Stuck in the Rut puts on a class on how to hunt wolves, and they're basically successful every year doing it. So there's
Nice.
I can't remember what that guy's name is, but he'll put on a class with you, teach you how to do it.
I'm drawing a blank too, but they have shot quite a few wolves, and the smalls where Rob just went down and hunting with the smalls. They shot a wolf.
Justin Small.
Justin Small. They seem to be know what they're doing too, and I do think there's a learning curve, like with any kind of hunting.
Yeah.
And I do believe anything. I'll tell everybody this, and this: hunting in central southern Idaho is far easier than hunting in northern Idaho or northwest Montana.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it is rough up here. So everybody go hunt down south, not up north.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You just want to keep your spots good.
Yeah, I want to keep night. Well, the wolves have just wrecked shop up here. So
They're horrible.
Yeah.
We couldn't even let dogs go. The line that I recently got, we cut several tracks. We wouldn't even release the dogs because there were so many wolf tracks in the area.
Oh, man.
You know, 6, 8, 10 of them.
has your outfitter ever lost wolves to or lost dogs to him?
One. Yeah. And he's just a buddy of mine. No, he's not an outfitter.
Not just a buddy.
And yeah, he's lost one dog. And then you know what he did? It was put cowbells on all his dogs. And since then, he's never had an issue. And we actually let loose on a cat that then intercepted 2 dog tracks. And there was wolves following the cat. So we had to call the dogs back. And luckily, nothing happened. But he said since he put those bells on him, that he's had no issues with them. So, yeah.
This cat that you're talking about, you told me a little bit about, took a couple weeks to track them, and now there's an infamous
Oh, my Lord.
Lambo video
So
with it.
that wasn't supposed to do what it did. So, you know, obviously we were super excited. This cat was so smart and some of the best dogs around. And it just kept eluding us, you know, and we knew it was in the area. And finally we got on a good hot track and the dogs, you know, looped around rock cliffs. And I mean, it was hours those dogs were after that thing. And finally got it treed and we were, you know, it took us a few hours to get up to it and we were able to harvest it. And it was a total experience. I mean, I've been hunting cats for years, or treeing cats, I should say. We've treed, you know, tons of cats with friends of mine. That was just the one, you know, and I just like the animals. I don't need to shoot them and whatnot, you know, and that was just the one, you know, that I had been waiting for. And so it all came together, and of course we were super excited. And
Did you know it was going to be big off the size of the track?
We
or
did.
was it a surprise?
We did. We knew it was going to be a good tom. We didn't know it was going to be that good of a tom. But my buddy Robert, who runs his dogs up there, he had treed a few really good toms before. And same thing, you know, he's exercising dogs, trees them, lets them go. And so we knew it was big, but after the shot and coming out of the tree, it was like, holy, what did we do? You know, and, you know, we're all excited. The next morning, we got back late that night. The next morning, beautiful blue skies, and we just happened to be going by my shop, and I'm like, you know, let's get one of the cars out. And I'm a very private person. Nobody knows anything about me that I don't want them to, you know. And I think that things and material stuff is not like, that's not what makes you happy. That will never make you happy, you know, and it's not something I'm public about. And, you know, it was a nice day and I'm like, you know, let's get Nick. Let's go, let's put this thing on the back of the Lambo and bring it up to Nick's shop. And more to get Nick and also to raise some awareness for some hunts that we want to give away for, you know, not just veterans, but just people going through a rough time. We are going to do a track day with several cars this summer where we'll get some food trucks and, you know, let veterans and other people that may not be in the position to be able to do stuff like that come out, bring their families, you know, barbecue, and really just bring a bunch of like minds together and build friendships, support systems, things like that. So it was about that, and then also giving a lion hunt away as well, you know. So we're like, yeah, great idea, you know. Then you get on the road and you got people running you off the road, and I mean, it just blew up so much more and went viral. And you know, I liked it and didn't like it just because I don't like my stuff being out there so publicized. But at the same time, you know, we've got thousands and thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people so supportive of the cause and just wanting to help people, you know. And that was such a pleasant surprise, because with everything happening in the world and in this country in particular, I'm like, shit, that, you know, you just don't have that anymore, you know. But that's not the case. You know, there's a lot of people out there that want to help and they just don't know how to, or how to focus their attention or their money or their energy, you know. So it's gained a lot of traction, and we'll be able to help a lot more people through that silly little video. So, you know, obviously you're going to get a lot of scrutiny and a lot of people. And, you know, I've even had houndsmen and hunters message me and and not really agreeing with, making us look bad, and the anti-hunters are this and going to get closed down and that. The bottom line is anti-hunters are going to be anti-hunters. They're going to hate us no matter what. And there was
So do you think that may have added a little fuel to the fire?
I think
still, if you had it to do over again, you'd do it again?
I'm not sure that I would, honestly. The way it went, just any negative scrutiny to the hunting community and the outdoor community, I don't like. Being a sportsman my whole life, it's something that has saved my life, honestly. And coming back from overseas and everything, being in the outdoors and hunting was literally what got me through all that. So I would probably say no, just because I wouldn't risk even 1% chance of the wrong people seeing it and getting the wrong idea or an impression of, who we are and why we love the outdoors and why we hunt and the conservation side and the wildlife management side and so many other things. But I would say probably no, even though 98% of it was positive and we are going to be able to help a lot more people. That 2% is just, it doesn't feel good, especially hearing from fellow hunters and outdoorsmen. We're a band of brothers, and we all kind of come together, and that was a time where I really had to question, okay, yeah, I can see it from that side as well,
So you talked a little bit about, people can, donate to the cause, that good stuff, and some things that you have planned, like at the racetrack. Is there somewhere that people can get information about what's going on right now?
Absolutely, yeah. So the Other Side Ventures, and then you can reach out to us and PM us on social media, and actually we're just getting everything set up for phone numbers and emails and things like that. But you can also email theothersideventures@gmail.com.
Okay.
So if if you want to help out and you want to support or provide a hunt or any type of outdoor excursion for whether it's a veteran, whether it's just somebody in need of, there's so many people that have gone through so much stuff in this world. It doesn't always have to be war. It doesn't, first responders you mentioned, they're, those guys go through just as much as guys in war do, so I've done the veteran nonprofit in the past, and we were able to help a lot of veterans, but I really, this go around on a much bigger scale, I just want to help anybody in need, and more so on the veteran side, veterans' children, and having that myself, it's near and dear to my heart, and I think that there's a lot of good that we can do out there.
Okay.
So yeah, they can email us, and I've been getting thousands of messages since this car deal, and has been amazing, and definitely takes a lot of time, but I want to answer everybody, and there's been a lot of people with valid questions like, do you hunt a lion just for sport, or is it conservation? Is it management? Is it, which are great questions, and has really allowed us to elaborate on that type of stuff and how important conservation is, and in managing healthy populations, and letting the younger strong animals grow to their full potential, and all that type of stuff. So there has been a lot of good that has come from it.
Good deal.
I'm glad you answered the way you did, because I had a couple doozy questions for you on the Lambeau mountain lion
Oh
hill.
Lord!
But you really did hit home with it, because when I first saw it, I'm in the hunting industry. We have a lot.
Yeah.
I was like, "What in the Californian hell is this?" And
I've been called that.
yeah, well, and that was the first thing. I don't know you from Adam outside of today, correct?
Yeah, right.
So you always have first impressions, and you're like,
Right.
What is the thought process? And I was literally just telling Jake, I said, I just want to ask a few questions to this guy, but I don't want to offend the guy. But it's the way I look at stuff like that is, you got 20% of the country antis. They're never going to be and never going to support hunting of any sort. You got 10% that are hunting, okay with hunting, and you got the 70 in the middle, and that's who we're trying to sway to our side.
Right.
So I always look at things in a glass of, is that going to help us or hurt us?
Yeah.
And the way you explained it, I could somewhat get on board with that.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, it really is kind of one half the other, and I've felt that since it blew up. And I did, before I even posted it, just because I don't like putting myself out there like that in general, but I should have thought about the conservation side and really how it makes us as outdoorsmen look before I ever posted it, and should have put more thought into it. But it was just kind of a, awareness thing for what we wanted to provide for a few people in need. And then, obviously playing with my buddy Nick at Wildlife Creations, you want to pull up in that and he just shakes his head and not even surprised, and just such a great guy, and love joking around with him. But yeah, it blew up a lot bigger, and like I said, I wouldn't do it again, but it did allow us a larger audience to be able to help more people. So I guess at the end of the day, that's what we're shooting for.
Clara's looking pretty bored over here.
Yeah, she's like, what did I get myself into?
Clara, why don't you tell us a little bit about, the hunt you just went on? Tell us about like the day-to-day experience that you had about the hunt that maybe you think aren't interesting, but they probably are. Yeah.
So we would wake up at 6 a.m. every morning, and then we have breakfast around 6:20, I think.
And what was breakfast?
Oh, I forgot.
Like chorizo and eggs, or
Yeah.
Exactly.
okay, with tortillas and
Yeah.
chili. Okay.
And then as soon as we're done eating breakfast, we'll get in the back of the trucks and go. And we'll be out hunting for a couple hours, seeing what we can get. And then we'll come back from hunting
For more food.
for more food.
Nice.
More food.
Nice.
Remember the snack packs that she made us?
Oh, yeah.
Remember those? What were in those?
She's like, oh yeah.
Yeah. They were amazing. It was like
They were
mom's sack lunch.
Nice.
good.
Oh, nice.
And we'll come back for lunch. And then they would go out hunting again. And I would stay back.
Okay.
And most of the time when they were out hunting, I helped make dinner with Dora, and that's the cook of the.
Why'd you stay back in the afternoon? You'd had enough?
Yeah.
Okay. Was it hot and sunny, or?
In the morning, it was cold.
Oh.
It was really cold.
So cool.
It was.
Did you give your dad any kind of pep talk? Make sure he made a good shot?
No.
She just said, "Do good, Dad."
Do better.
What was it? Did we talk? What was the rifle again?
It was a
7mm.
70-08 or 7
Yeah.
7mm08?
7mm08.
Okay. Okay.
How far-
What about the bullet?
Oh,
Like a 150.
It was 150 grain, but I don't know exactly what it was.
Okay.
They had all that stuff down there. It was such a process to get our
so
own
it was
rifles
their
down there.
Oh, it was their rifle.
It was theirs. Yeah.
Okay.
My buddy Cody at Sonora Outfitters had all that stuff set up for us. Thank God, because it's a process if you've all done it to get your rifles down there and stuff. And we had our hands full because we had to get passports for Clara and Brandon, and had them jumping flights to Seattle to get passports last second and everything. So luckily we had the rifles down there, and I think it was just box ammo, Hornady, I believe, and
We talked about that a bit, where the other place you were looking at, they actually, you fly into southern Texas and then you drive across and they meet you.
And it's corrupt. It is.
Yeah.
There's a little money, under
yeah.
the table action as far as, making sure everything's locked up, because I've heard horror stories. Know a guy that has rifle taken because he had like a plus, kind of the head stamp didn't match the barrel. So they took the whole gun.
Oh, man.
wow.
So you got to watch that kind of crap too. Make sure the serial number isn't misspelled on the form, or they'll take your rifle that way too. So,
Yeah.
and you got to know, it's best if the outfit comes and gets you and takes you across, because they know the game.
Yep. Right.
How far was your shot?
it was about 150 yards.
Okay. Was there kind of like a maximum distance they were trying to get you within?
No, they had us set up pretty well on it. It was a feeder shot. So
Okay.
yeah, I think
Did you get to shoot the rifle before you shot it that first time?
once
Okay.
I hit a gong target.
Then they're like, you're good to go.
Yep, that's
All
it. You
right.
hit the gong,
200 yard
you're certified.
Did you hit the gong when you were there, or you weren't there for that?
I wasn't there.
You weren't there for that part? Okay.
Yeah, she's just having
Okay.
fun with Dad.
Nice.
Are you excited to get your own rifle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
You need one someday, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay. But you only have an AR, you said. Like, what would you build if you could build anything you wanted?
I don't know.
Would it be another AR, a bolt gun? Would it be a shotgun? A rail gun?
We've talked about a bolt gun before.
Yeah, a bolt gun maybe.
What's the longest shot you take with your AR so far? Is it 223? 5.56?
Yeah.
Okay. You practice long distance at all?
I've done long distance a little bit.
Probably
Okay.
100 yards, maybe.
100 yards.
Nice.
She's
Nice.
pretty good.
Nice. You always hope to be in that range. It doesn't always work out that way. You want, like this. So this one up here behind me, that's Ryan's, but that's a 33XC. So you can see the size of the round that's on the side of that. That has a basic, I don't want to say infinite kill range, but as far as you can shoot, that will kill something.
Nice.
So
That's what you need, Clara.
That is Clara. What you're a different take from the male guesses.
Oh my goodness.
Which one would you take? That
Already know
beautiful
what the
green one,
answer is.
or this kind of
Yeah.
ugly blue one?
If one of those could be yours,
Which one would it be?
Which one would you like better? Nice.
Oh,
Yes. I told you it's
you
better.
even tried. You said the ugly blue one.
I was trying to sell it.
You did,
You know.
yeah.
You know? You're 13? Or what? Are you into movies? You watch like the Hulk?
I like Spider-Man.
Oh,
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
I used to like Spider-Man.
Did you see the newest Spider-Man where they brought in all the Spider-Mans from all the different? Nice.
I like that one though.
Which one is your favorite Spider-Man?
Tobey Maguire, the first movie.
Really?
Like the original. Yeah.
She is a
yeah.
good girl. Yes.
The original.
Yeah,
You know
I know. So we were in the theater when the movie came on, and when all the Spider-Mans came in, man, the whole theater like erupted. Like everybody had expected it to happen, but there wasn't a lot of leaked footage, and it was like as soon as I forget which one popped up first, but whatever older Spider-Man came in first, man, the theater just went nuts. Yeah,
You mean Tobey Maguire?
maybe I don't remember if it was Toby that came in first as the extra because there was more. There's 3 of them.
It would have had to have been, right? He's the first
I
one.
don't remember.
I don't remember now
Oh,
either.
yeah.
Do you remember? Was he
Yeah.
the first one that popped through that screen, Clara? Who was that?
It was Andrew Garfield. Andrew Garfield.
She knows way more than me.
Yeah, she knew.
Whoa.
She knew.
Like-
yeah, Andrew Garfield. He's the second one.
I can't picture him
I can't. Yeah, I don't
because there's
know.
only one Spider-Man, and who is it?
Oh,
Tobey Maguire. That's
right.
right.
She's a true fan.
She is.
Yeah.
Color-wise, what's your favorite colors?
Like pastel colors. I like pastels and like
what is pastel? Does that have a definition?
it's like
Pull that a little closer to you. There you go.
it's like light blue and like purple and like kind of like baby blue and stuff.
Okay.
Baby colors.
Interesting.
I don't see you wearing any pastel though, Clara.
Well, I mean,
You got kind of a barbed wire sweatshirt going on.
I picked the stuff that was most comfy.
Oh, nice. That's a good reason. That's a
Yeah.
good reason.
That's why
it's
she
better.
liked
It's
her
going to be
rifle,
comfortable
though.
in here.
Yeah, I feel like this was
Yeah.
kind of home. I was played.
It was staged a little
It
bit. I
was
feel like,
staged.
yeah. He put his higher up there. You know what I mean? So she could see it.
Dude,
get a
the
good
blue
look.
is so much
He
better.
actually had an ugly brown one in here earlier, and he brought that one in because she probably knew that she
Yep.
Yeah.
I like pastels.
Yeah. That's my rifle and that's his rifle. That's where that's all coming from.
So you're gonna take hunter safety this year.
Yes.
Gonna
Awesome.
go try to shoot a wolf.
Yeah.
Probably gonna need something bigger than an AR to do that.
Yeah, you're going to need to be able to reach out because the wolves don't come within 100 yards.
I have never seen a pastel rifle or a rifle with anything on it like Spider-Man. Have you guys?
I never have. Never in my life. No.
I wonder what that looked like.
It'd probably be pretty awesome, I'll bet.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we
Cool.
were pretty good. One just like magically showed up or something.
If Luke just brought one in here right now at
That'd
some
be
point,
weird, huh?
If
would
he's
be
not
weird.
listening,
Would you promise if it just fell out of the sky, would you shoot it a lot?
Yeah.
Would you?
Okay.
would you try to shoot something with it?
Oh my god.
There you go, kiddo.
Whoa.
Well, is that pastel?
Yeah.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure those are the colors you just described.
Oh my god. Thank you.
Look at
you-
the other side.
If you flip it around there, you might see your name on it.
Look a little lower on the stock.
Oh my god.
Don't be scared. Pull that bolt open. That's the first thing you do. Pop that open. Nice and smooth.
So now you can shoot all the way out to 1,000 yards, whatever you want to do.
She's so excited she's shaking.
Not only is she shaking, the wolf just shaked over there.
Yeah, the wolf,
Exactly, yeah.
the wolf just
Yeah.
shit the bed.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
What do you think?
I love it.
So that's a
you?
Christensen Ridge line. It's got a vortex scope on there.
Yep, it's like a purple. And what is that bottom color? What would you call that, Claire?
Aqua.
Aqua and
Aqua, that's
purple.
good.
Yep, faded
Nice.
together, spider web. The scope is Cerakoted purple. It's got a Spiderman on the stock. It's got Clara up underneath the receiver.
So
Carbon
we got a
barrel,
lot of that.
Christensen arms.
We got a lot of that from your dad. So he helped us out and let us know what you liked, and we knew you liked Spider-Man. So that's awesome. I didn't know you were that big of a fan, but yeah. So
She
guys,
knew all the names, man.
All of
That was
them.
legit.
all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's already hammering. We've been shooting it a bit, getting it all tuned up. That's a 28 Nozler. It's got a really big break on the end, though, so you're going to be just fine. Shoots really well. You'll be able to hang on to it because my 13-year-old boy shoots big guns like that guy. Would just because of the break, basically. But you'll be able to handle it.
Would you let your dad borrow it, maybe?
I wouldn't.
I don't know if I would. I probably wouldn't. I don't know. I wouldn't. Purple's not his color, anyways.
Oh, it is now.
Yeah, there you go. Well, if you got any questions at all about shooting or how the scope works or dialing or any of that good stuff, you can always reach out.
Jake,
We'll
did you
shoot.
guys get some rounds? Did you build some rounds?
Yeah, we
for him?
did. We just finished shooting it. We're going to actually validate it. So we just got the load dialed in at 100, and he just was about to shoot it at 650, and then we set this up for today. So we're gonna take it here. We're gonna ship it to you. All we got to do is validate at 650, make sure the load stays true.
Awesome.
And it'll be up. And there's a box of ammo that comes with it, 50 rounds. So you'll be all set up. And whenever you shoot those 50, you can send it back to us, and we'll reload them at the same load spec for you. All that good stuff. So it's
You'll be
all
set
dialed in.
forever.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
That's amazing.
That's all Will.
What a big gift.
No, that was all your dad and Jake over here that built it. But
All those
Yeah,
guys you
we
just
want-
met at the back of the shop over there in Cerakote. So that was we actually it's mostly men in the shop. There's 2 women, right? So we had the Spider-Man and the pastel. So me and the boys went and picked out colors, and then we took the colors to the girls and we're like, "Hey, are these the right colors for a teenage girl pastel?" And we were way off. So then the women in the shop ended up picking those 2 colors you see, the top and bottom there, and then the Cerakote guys kind of did the rest. But
They all did
Yeah.
a great job.
yeah, come out pretty cool with the white webbing and stuff on it. We're pretty excited.
that was my reaction when Brandon's like, she likes pastel.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah,
don't know what
exactly.
that- I had to Google it.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is pastel colors?
Well, we can lay it up here on the table if you want.
Now, finding an outfit camouflage-wise is going to be trouble to match.
Exactly. Yeah. Jake
that-
can do it, I'm sure.
Yeah, Jake can make that
He can
happen.
make anything.
So this all comes from the Other Side Ventures, right? This is where that's
Correct.
coming from.
Correct.
So, not in closing, but in getting towards the end of the podcast, we're getting close to an hour. Is I've been behind a lot of veteran organizations before, and then you find out a year or 2 in that they're pretty corrupt. You know,
Yeah.
the owner's taking all the money.
Yeah.
You've seen those. There's a famous one that is horrendously bad.
So
for
many.
sell us veterans to get behind the Other Side Ventures.
You know, I've never taken donations. I've never taken any funding. I've never taken any free hunts. I've funded everything from start to finish, and so I don't have a nonprofit. I do it because I feel like there's people that need help, and I feel like when I needed help the most, nobody was there. You know, when you expect everybody to be there for you, it just doesn't work that way. And I feel like it's my duty. You know, I've been so blessed in life, and financially, just the ability to give back is something we should all be grateful for. And I am going to start an actual nonprofit, just so people that do want to help. There's a place to do that, and they can get tax incentives and things like that. Or otherwise, I wouldn't even do a nonprofit. Like you, I've got such a bad taste in my mouth for nonprofits, and specifically veteran nonprofits.
Yes.
And I don't know why that is, but it's always disgusted me how things like that play out. And, they use the cause and the poor me and we're helping veterans because we're American, we love our veterans. We want to help them, and I think people use that to their advantage for the wrong reasons. And so I've just done it myself, but it is very expensive, and it's time taxing. It's but I wouldn't change it for the world. if I could give back everything I have, I would. I mean, it's the one thing that makes me feel good about myself. I've spent 15 years plus questioning myself and am I a good person? Am I a piece of shit? Am I, you know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
Any veteran knows what that feeling's like, and it's a very lonely feeling, and it cost me 2 marriages. I've been there, and being in the position to be able to help is just that. It's just helping people. I mean, I don't need anything, but at the same time, it's kind of selfish of me to look at it that way because I can't help as many people. And over the last week, it's really opened my eyes to the amount of good people that are out there that do want to help, but they just don't know how. So we're gonna build some structure and with the ability for people to really get involved and help personally. You know what I mean? Be tied to a veteran and their family. Be tied to the process. And we're also going to do hunts and rafting trips, fishing trips, things like that, in the names of our brothers and friends that can't go because they were taken overseas or they've committed suicide. Suicide rate for veterans is just through the roof, and it's absolutely ridiculous because they don't have an outlet. They don't know where to turn. They don't know what to do. I've been there myself, and so it's just you're not going to help everybody, but we're going to do our damnedest to do what we can, and there's really nothing to sell because it's just something I do myself, and we're getting to the point where other people want to get involved, and it's something I want them directly tied to, so they can feel what it feels like to give back and see change in a veteran or in somebody that's just, gone bankrupt and lost their house and all their vehicles and paycheck to paycheck, just trying to feed their kids and their wives. And, there's so much of that out there that, that's really what it's about. And hopefully other people start seeing it that way,
So right now people can get a hold of you at theothersideventures@gmail.com.
Correct. Yeah.
And that's where you want them to come.
Yeah.
And Instagram.
And Instagram,
Yep.
Facebook. I mean, not just people wanting to help, but if you've gone through rough times and you just need someone to talk to, you need business advice, you need things like that. We've talked about doing podcasts for business and things like that. Just through this last week, I'll bet there's been 100, 200 messages with people that have just been trying to get into business and do their own thing and really just don't know the avenues or the way to go about it. And, people like me, people like you, and, I've hit my head off 1,000 brick walls trying to learn my way through business, and luckily had some amazing mentors and great people that believed in me and stood behind me. But, to be able to help people not make those mistakes and maybe get ahead of it a little bit for them and mentor them a little bit, I think is important. So, you reach out to me on any of my social media or email us, and we want to help people, and also if you want to get involved and give back yourself, it's something that we're going to start building a platform for and start doing it. So
Sounds like a winner.
can't be bad, right?
No, none of that sounds bad to me. Clara and Brandon, do you guys have any parting thoughts?
I would just like to thank everybody.
up to you.
Really like to thank everybody for what they've given to us. I don't know how much longer I'll be here, and this gave my daughter and I an amazing opportunity to spend time together that we would have never had otherwise. So it's a beautiful thing. It really is. I look forward to doing more.
All said. Clara?
I just want to say thank you to Will for taking us on the trip, and I want to say thank you to your company and everyone that was helping make my gun. And I just want to say thank you, and I'm really appreciated for it.
This is my rifle. There are many like it, but this one is mine.
Well, I expect to see lots of pictures with that rifle in it.
Absolutely.
Hopefully with
Yes,
a big
ma'am.
old wolf.
You will.
You will.
Love it.
All right.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming on. If you have any questions for me or Jake or more about Will's, I keep messing up your name. The Other Side Ventures. I keep wanting to say, anyways, I want to say something different. You can find me and Jake at Shoot to Hunt or podcast at shoottohunt.com. And thanks for listening.